Welcome back to the trail. Here we are on a overcast, grey, promising rain kind of Sunday, and we're just heading out of Wigan, northwest, along the Leeds Liverpool Canal towpath. We've got a chunky monkey today, 20 miles at least. We're going to go northwest along the canal, then we're going to cut north. Oh. You see that? No compass in the stone. Yeah, cut across, cut through some farmland into Parbold. There's a great viewpoint I want to look at, and then from there southeast, pick up the canal again at familiar top lock from previous walks, and then bring the canal, follow the canal back down to Wigan itself. So this morning parked at Wigan. Kind of unsettling because it's a rougher part of Wigan near the canal, but in the eerie morning dim there was still some beauty on the canal where I showed you early, right at the beginning of the video. Well, yeah, quite good. Just past the DW Stadium. Quiet, all very quiet. A couple of runners, some dog walkers. That's about it. We're not far off the 5 mile mark now, and this is pretty much all it's been, and you don't expect much more from a canal. Just gone under the motorway bridge. People were fishing down there, ironically enough. Don't know what you'd catch in a canal. And we're heading towards, like I said, the 5 mile mark, and I've been seeing nothing but benches. I know now there will not be a bench for my brew. So I've divided a basic 20 mile route into 4, giving me 3 breaks 5 miles apart. It's maths even I can handle. May have noticed today I've come out first time in the Salomon. I'll give you a picture here. Bing! Salomon GTX Elements, which I've never heard of before. I was just browsing Amazon for Salomon boots, and these, and I'll turn you to have a look, these just look so much more waterproofed than other designs, and this came as a result of last walk I was on, the Wolfstones, where I discovered there was a massive rip down one shoe, which was just allowing the water to come straight in. I mean, they're wet anyway, as you know. So I was keen to get a new pair straight away. Got these, they came up £110, and I've put them on, absolutely no problem whatsoever. Fit like a glove, literally just like the old days. The most disappointing pair I've had so far, so this is pair number 4. I will be doing a gear review video, but pair number 4, this has been the most comfortable. The GTX 4s The last pair I wore. No cyclist trying to take me out. I see a lot more aeroplanes these days. Don't know why. Yeah, the GTX 4s have been the most disappointing. They didn't last very long. They weren't the most comfortable. And like I said, I started developing this right foot problem, hoping that goes. And I'm so annoyed at myself. Packed my bag this morning. I've got my new routine, which is to, when finishing a trail, go home, empty the bag, bin the rubbish, recharge things like coffee, tea, etc. Then put it all in a plastic box, not in the bag. And then on the morning of the next trail, I load the bag so I'm confident everything's there on the day that I go. Except my walking stick, which I've left propped up against my bookshelf. Very annoyed at that. So, there we go. Right, I need a break. Enough rambling. Bet there's not going to be a single bench. And this is the problem in looking for a bench. It becomes like a carrot on the end of a stick. And you just keep thinking, I'll carry on a bit further. I'll walk to the next turn. So I've got a turn coming up, housing area. My brain goes, well, there's bound to be a bench near the housing area for people to just come and sit and relax. And then when you get there and find there's another bench, maybe the next area. And then you're at the 10-mile mark. Anyway, we're nowhere near that. 5.5. So it's not been a great sacrifice. I am glad though to be away from Wigan, just out in the boonies. Well, not the boonies, but the countryside. Getting some nice views now. Rolling hills. A lot less people. Occasional cyclist. Yeah, and part of me is thinking I also forgot my cup. I'm absolutely playing like a pudding today. If that cup's not there, I'm going to have to use the lid of the flask. And it's tiny portions. Very disappointed in myself. Yep, forgot my cup. Snickers. So I'm going to stop me having a brew. This bridge behind me is where we break off from the canal and head up to Parbold. That's a good spot to have a brew. That's about 5.5 miles before I saw the bench. So my theory was right. Built up areas near canals always have benches. I did the Cotswold Way maps this week and noticed in the guidebook there were nothing but benchmarking, so they know what we need. Very warm uphill climb now. The sun's coming out. This is Fairy Glen, as you can see from the sign, and it's a little belt of woodland that follows Sprodley Brook, and it's going to take us all the way to the top of Sparrow Hill, so we're heading north now. to this viewpoint in Parbold. And the only reason I know about this viewpoint is I've driven past it a few times if I was going to my son's girlfriend's. I think I see a dog walker up ahead. But yeah, it does look beautiful. Looks like a really nice spot. I do want to stand there and enjoy it. Some gardens or woodland backing on there. Yeah, it's really nice and the sun's out now. Beautiful. Right, so we're on the road and we're headed up to that viewpoint I was telling you about in Parbold, and then from there we're going to head north once we've enjoyed that view. Now it gave weather wise sun and showers from 2 o'clock, and obviously we're a lot earlier than that. I'm not complaining. 10 o'clock, sunshine, beautiful. So I'm going to look at the viewpoint. I'm going to try and change out of this jumper because I am steaming, I'm sweating, and put on a lighter jacket. Yeah, as you can tell, busy Sunday afternoon roads, but beautiful. I really did like Fairy Glen, really nice. Well, that's as far west as we're going. As you've seen, the fantastic views in Parbold. But we're going to break off, head northeast towards Bowling Greenhouse Farm. Then we're going to pick up Moss Lane, follow that all the way east before veering more southeast towards the canal again. Plenty of farmland, plenty of rough terrain. We've only done 8.5 miles, so we still have 11.7 left. We'll have a break in another 1.5 miles for lunch. But yeah, I feel like we're going to have some gritty terrain now. That might be considered the easy bit until we get to Top Lock and walk the canal back to Wigan. We have the sunshine, but as you can tell now the wind's whipping up, and I can see now that we might get some showery weather, on and off sunshine. So it is what it is. Looking forward to stopping for lunch, have a sandwich, and yeah, rest up a bit before pressing on. So far so good though, enjoying myself. And it's just starting to spit as predicted. So we got the sun and we got rain at the same time. I can live with that. Oh man, fashioned a stick. I'll keep it as long as I need to. It's been uphill all the way up to the farm. We're not there yet. Oh, you got some spatter on your face there. Yeah, warm. It's been really warm these last couple of days. It's gone up to like 16, 17 degrees. We're at the end of October, pushing into November now. Bonkers weather. Usual British nonsense. So, booked camping for November 18th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That should be good with the boys. Might actually take the camera this time, just do a little bit of filming, show you what I get up to, or we get up to. And I will say, while we've got the peace and quiet, I'm going to move over to this side. Still reading The Gentle Art of Tramping and Last Day's Madness. Just coming to the end of that. That's exploring the what they call post-millennial view of the Book of Revelation, or the preterist, believing that all of 99% of the Bible was done and dusted by 70 AD when the temple at Jerusalem was destroyed, and that all that's left now is for Christ to return and the resurrection of the dead. A lot of people don't hold that view. It's a very niche view, but I think the Bible text supports it. It doesn't change the core beliefs that all Christians should have about Christ's death, resurrection, God coming in human form to die for the sins of the many, to take his place on the throne. Above all power and authority, God in human flesh, God Emmanuel, God with us, to die to the glory of God and to be resurrected, which is our hope, to be resurrected if you believe in him for the forgiveness of your sins. If you don't believe in him, and you die in your sins, otherwise known as hell. So yeah, still finishing that. Gentle Art of Tramping, slowly getting through that. And I've got books piling up that need to be read. There's not enough hours in the day. Road walking again. So a cyclist came past before. Sorry, the sun's in your eyes. Shouted at the top of his voice, "We're all on summer, mate." That was worthy of an amen. Not even got into the teeth of winter yet. I'm having to use this camera angle because I've got a bend coming up. So we've got a road walk, as I said, pretty much back to Hunger Hill, which is ironic, which is exactly where I feel like I am now. Just looking for somewhere to appropriately have my lunch. Robin Hood Lane. Where are we going? Right, down there. So yeah, as soon as I can find somewhere, we're going to stop for lunch. So as you can see, Winter Hill, and then left of that, Angles Arc, Rivington. That's that moorland there that we've covered before in other videos. And you can just see the big mast at the top of Winter Hill. Distinctive feature. You can just see a wall of rain coming towards us. Oh dear. So the breeze is going that way, but you can see from there it's just a wall of rain, but it seems to be going over Angles Arc. We're not really getting any closer to here. I mean, that's always a bonus. That's weird. Stepped off the road. We got this stump and I'm taking the stump. You're mine. Man alive, I'm glad I found that at this stage. Not like as I unpack my bag later. It was right at the bottom. It should have been on top like that. You can tell it's blowing the gales. I'm glad it's blowing that way, sort of northwest, because like you saw with that rain wall, just took it well out of the equation. it's carried on. Very doused Angles Arc reservoir, which is what it needs. 3 in 1. I need some sugar. I need some sugar, baby. Oh, I'm so glad about that. Sorry for the bad lighting. I'm sure the editor will do something. Ah, very glad that cup is there. It's quite a refreshing breeze, and when the sun comes out, it's roasting. We've just got both extremes, but I'm glad I changed into this. This is just a trespass windbreaker, very cheap, 30 quid. Absolutely, I'm going to say 0, but 5% water resistance. Claims to be waterproof. It's not even shower proof, to be fair. It does good at keeping the wind out, but keeps me quite cool. And then bits. I did stick another 2 in 1 in here. That can soak for a bit. And today's, I got 2 options for lunch. I got Bombay potato and spinach pasty. It was unreduced. Wouldn't normally eat it. And then I got my baguette. I'm going with familiar. Oh yeah, ham and cheese. Goodness, that's some good eating. Now maybe I spoke too soon. Hearing the pitter patter of rain. Not going to rush to put waterproofs on. Water! You see it greying over there. Maybe it'll pass by, but I'll get walking again. I've had my lunch. I'm going to answer the call of nature, and then we're going to carry on to Hunger Hill. And what have we got left? 9.4 miles back to the car. So, still a fair old yomp left. Oh yeah, that rain's caught up with us now. And when it comes to rain, I make an effort to study the weather report. BBC weather is usually quite accurate for the UK, within 24 hours at these days. And because I know it's sunshine and showers, any rain we do get should technically just be a shower. I tend not to knee-jerk react to rain. You see it come down and you kind of like, right, throw everything on, jacket, pants, and then 5 minutes later you're sweating because the rain's stopped, the sun's coming out, and you're in your waterproofs. Water. So, as you can see, got my blue water cover on. It's just started again now. That's an easy one to do. That's just to protect all my gear, and especially because my sweater was on the outside of my pack. No point soaking my backpack. It just means extra weight and damage to my gear. So that's an easy one to put on, and I've already had this jacket on. I would have put this on. And pants, these are synthetic fibres, so they're quick drying, reasonably quick drying, not as good as some of my other stuff. So I'm willing to take a risk. But if on the other hand I'm expecting rain like we were on St Oswald's Way, when it just absolutely hammered down morning till night, let me wipe your face there. Then obviously I just straight into the waterproofs and play it that way. In Britain you've got to be prepared for every weather all throughout the year. Hot, cold, wet, dry, snow. Maybe not snow, but you get my drift. You can be hit with any weather, and it's always been like that. It's definitely not been an issue of climate change. It's just the geography, the location of the island itself, especially in Lancashire, where the weather pattern's affected by the hills, the Pennines and the terrain. There you go. So we're going to play it by ear. If it starts absolutely hammering it down, I'll put my pants on, and that's about it. I've yet to find a jacket that's 100% waterproof and breathable. Generally why I don't bother with anything expensive. Unless you've got a suggestion, put it in the comments below. So it is now both sunshine and rain. As you can tell, bit the bullet and put the pants on. Now the sun is out. Hopefully give me a chance to dry off a bit. Oh, I got sunshine, rain, sunshine, rain. And with the rain done for now, we're heading out of Shevington down Harbour Lane. Not much in Shevington except rain. There was a petrol station but I didn't need anything, so we're just going to plough on. I really want to get to Top Lock, hit that canal, start taking that back towards the car. And this is part of my argument with waterproofs. Can you see the difference in colour there? That patch has actually gone through, the material's sodden and absolutely ruined. So next bin I find, I'm going to get rid of them. So they're trespass them. They're cheap, well, cheapish. It's not much to ask that your pants are waterproof. Water. Bin right here, they're going in it. They're no use to me at that point. What good are they? They can't keep water out. So in the bin they go. We'll have to buy some new ones. Right, ditched them. I think I'll just settle for wet pants. I know Tim keeps saying the same thing. Why bother? He's got a point. But like I said, if any of you have got any suggestions of good pants, put them in the comments below. I'll give them a try. But yep, in the bin. So heading southeast now, we're going to cut through a lot of farmland. I'm hoping it's this track road, without getting the map out of my pocket, all the way to the Top Lock. And we are 13.5 miles with 7.2 left. So at 15 miles we'll stop and have a final brew. And yeah, so good. That's called Bowling Green Farm as well. It's not the same one though. Stay to the left. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, look. Cool. It's cool. But dry. I'll tell you that. Oh. Basket of apples. I mean, I've got one in my pack, but I'm always willing to try somebody else's. And it's the same with this coat. This is trespass. It's not even shower proof. I mean, I press on it now, my undershirt's damp, and it's not. Some of you might say it's condensation from my body heat. Now I can tell the difference. There'll be patches where the water's come through, and like I said, you can see the change in the fabric. But for this isn't my waterproof coat. This is a windbreaker for me. Oh man. Oh, tart. Oh, that's a nice apple. Blue skies. Thank you, farmer. Oh, this is lovely. Getting soaked. Only had a pair of waterproof pants that worked. Oh, barbs. Eh. Oh well, that was fun. From my knees down. A little bit wet. No problem with hiking in this time of year. Anyway, where are we at now? Oh. It's down to, sorry, give me a minute. Ah, still in the farms. Sorry Gary, pressing too many buttons. Go on, zoom down. Yeah, not out of the woods yet. It took some time that. Anyway, pressing on, pressing on. Wasn't quite expecting this kind of tracked road. Past the 15-mile mark now, 5.5 miles left. I thought we'd have hit the top block sooner, but can't say I put much effort into working that out. I just need to look for a bench, something to sit on. Final brew, it's really working quite well. Really don't feel like I've done 15 miles. And where are we now? Well, yeah, keen to have a brew now and get that last leg done. Giants Hall Farm. Awesome. Farming equipment there. Oh, squirrel right at the back. The kind of place that would have a bench. Well, we went through the outskirts of Wigan, didn't bother filming it, you've seen it all before. And now we're on a private road after Leyland Mill Brow, heading towards Hay Woodland. It's a private road, but it's ridiculously busy. Some lovely houses. Sun's out again, stuff's drying off. Debating whether to eat that pasty. Quite peckish. Yeah, apart from that belt of rain we had before, it's been fantastic weather so far. It's been a good trail, and I kind of feel really quite good considering it's 20 miles. We've only got less than 4 now. So at the top of this road we'll be able to get on the canal, and that's it, back to the car. there we go, back at the car with the last of the brew. That warm car's getting steamy. That has to go on record as the easiest 21 miles I've done. And I got 20.9. I went round the car park just to touch it over the 21. And if I move over to this side, I will put Gary's stats here. You can see 21 miles. I'm quite impressed that my average speed's crept up to 3.2. That's quite an achievement. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, so the GTX, Salomon GTX Elements, absolutely fantastic. What a boot. Rekindled my love for Salomon. From coming out of the box, beautifully comfortable. I will do a proper review, but the obviously my favourite colour, slate grey and green colours. The foot box is nice and wide. There's plenty of room for my toes to spread out. I had no rub spots bar tenderness on the balls of my feet, but that is because I've been doing 21 miles. Probably would have changed my socks on a multi-day hike midway through. By the by, that's nothing to do with the boots, that's just the mileage. So apart from that, no rubs, no nothing. Still having issues with the right leg, but nothing I could worry about. Annoyed that I didn't bring my stick. And I ditched the wooden one, just wasn't working for me. Yeah, brilliant trail, much better than I thought it would be. I thought it was one of my sort of B-list trails to do if I was really stuck and desperate and the weather wasn't good and couldn't get on the moorland or you know, out in the boonies. But actually turned out to be a bit of a blinder that morning. This morning was fantastic. It was nice just as it was gloomy, but there was still street lights on the canal. Fantastic. And then obviously the canal walks are always good, but then heading out into the sort of settlements, the farmland, it was really nice. And some of the residential areas, just nice mileage, nice miles to walk. We had some uphill. We got that nice view at Parbold. Sunny, rainy, we had everything. Hot, cold. Yeah, good day, really good day. Anyway, I'm going to head off home. I've got work tomorrow. Kind of wish I had another day off to recover. But every day we get out, it's giving us a bit more exercise, a bit more, you know, stamina building. So there we go. We are in November next, and my wife's going to be away for 12 days on holiday, so we're definitely going to be out on the weekends. Try and make the most of that. And we've got the camping mid-November. That's as much as I've got planned so far. So anyway, guys, I'm going to finish up my brew. I'm going to head home, and I will no doubt see you next time back on the trail.